Hi, everybody. I'm John here for Human Potential, or a moment of bliss, if you will. I want to talk to you today about lessons, learning lessons. And I've talked about this before in other videos, but people always talk about, well, you're here to learn. That's actually just simply not true. There's nothing really for you to learn, okay? You don't come here to learn really anything. What you come here for, one, is to help spread the feeling and energy of love. That's the number one thing, okay? It's basically becoming aware is what you're doing. You're not really learning anything because you haven't lost anything. What you have done is not remember who you are. So, a funny thing happens when you go through the birth canal, and that basically, when you go through it, you just sort of kind of forget all your past lives and who you are and what you are. Um, and there's many instances where you could do your own research where children, like up until like the age of 2, sometimes even longer, remember their past lives. So they come into this world to tell us, hey, look, you're more than what you are, and you've lived before. And so we have reincarnated many, many times. The Bible talks about reincarnation, even though they try to get rid of it. But I mean, even the fact that the story of Jesus is a story of reincarnation, coming back. So, it's right in front of us. And so when you come to this earth, when you come to this physical reality, this realm of dimensional space, if you will, you're I don't like the term "you're here to learn" because it's like as if you didn't know anything. Okay, so I want to stop this whole thing about like we're less than, or we have this feeling that we don't know something. Okay, you're somehow inferior. I don't like that at all. I don't even like the. I don't like that thought process even entering in that. It's like this original sin, which is the dumbest thing ever. Like no one's born into this with some just already you're behind the eight ball. Come on, it doesn't work like that. So you're not here to learn anything. I guess it's maybe a matter of terminology. You're really here to become aware of what you already are. Okay? The number one goal of every human being, of every person, is love, period. Spreading that energy of love and living in that energy of love. So, for example, we are so called animals, right? All right, well, an ant is born with the awareness of what an ant is. An ant just does what an ant does. Okay? Its job. That's what it does. There's no deviation from that. So humans are one of the only species that really don't remember who they are. And I would argue that I think if we were taught differently in a different society, raised differently, we would remember who we are. But because we live in a sort of competitive world that's run by competitive people to keep you in the cog of life, in the wheel, so their continued growth, well, power and wealth can continue, they developed a system where everybody's born into this sort of indoctrination, if you will, of unknowingness, right? Because if the world was different and, like the elders taught the beings that they are supposed to um, help grow, then we would be in a completely different reality in a different situation. Okay. And then over time, maybe each individual human being would be born with the awareness that already exists. And so that's what I really want to talk to you about and say is you're not here to learn anything. You are here to become aware of what you already are, and that is learn. You can find gurus. You can all over the internet. Feel free, ask me questions. But that's really the truth of the situation. So Hope that helps. Wanted to just shed some light on that situation. Thank you guys for listening. Hey, have a great rest of your day, and always love yourself for who you are.